Güerita de ojos verdes, cachetitos colorados, todos se te quedan viendo al caminar por todos lados. Tienes un cuerpo de diosa con curvas muy peligrosas y tú eres en mis ojos para mí la más hermosa. Tienes un cuerpo de diosa con curvas muy peligrosas y tú eres en mis ojos para mí la más hermosa. Güerita consentida, esta canción es para ti. Quiero que sepa el mundo lo que tú eres para mí. Esta mujer de la que hablo siempre ha estado a mi lado. Mi güerita de ojos verdes, la que adoro, la que amo. Esta mujer de la que hablo siempre ha estado a mi lado. Mi güerita de ojos verdes, la que adoro, la que pongan atención, señores, lo que traigo en mi memoria. Pero quiero que la escuchen, una verdadera historia de un soldado del gobierno. Les cuento su trayectoria. Y me quedo mirando a la puerta, esperando que llegues, papá. Aunque sé que ya no es posible, no dejaré de esperar. Cuando miro, todos se te quedan viendo al caminar por todos lados. Tienes un cuerpo de diosa con curvas muy peligrosas y tú eres en mis ojos para mí la más hermosa. Tienes un cuerpo de diosa con curvas muy peligrosas y tú eres en mis ojos para mí la más hermosa.
Off. There I am. Saludos, everybody. Welcome to this beautiful Tuesday here at Sirius Tejano. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for chiming in. For everybody that's on, saludos. We have a special guest today. We have Mr. Domingo Elias 30. Can't wait for you guys to get to know a little bit of Mr. Domingo, a little bit what he does, a little bit what he has put out there, what's coming, what he's working on. So again, I'm not gonna let him wait any longer. We made a mistake. We thought we were gonna go live at 6, but it was actually at 7. So we apologize for the people that were waiting anxiously at 6. Nosotros, we are so used to doing things early. So again, guys, I'm not gonna let Mr. Domingo wait any longer. So again, saludos to Mr. Domingo Elias 30. Hello, hello.
¿Cómo estamos? Hi, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you. Saludos.
Saludos. Saludos, Kelly D. Thank you for having me here with Sirius Radio, here online radio. Es un placer estar aquí con ustedes.
Yes. So, Mr. Domingo, I know I tell this to a lot of the artists that we do get it, and it's hard to, the artists that we do get is usually are new. In our area, it's very limited on how much music, how much artists actually come out to our area, because we are in a small little town called Crystal City. We're in between like San Antonio, Laredo, Eagle Pass, so we're a small little town. So we're so used to our surroundings of like the basic music from like Signo, Elida, Stephanie Montiel, Solido, like just the like what we call them the well-known bands. And we do have festivities sometimes, and it's good to get people like yourself get put on here, right? So we can get to know a little bit more of what's out there. So, Mr. Domingo, I listen to your music, and man, I really like what you're doing because I can connect you to one of our we call like icons of in the conjunto norteño music, Mr. Michael Salgado. So, how does that feel? Because I know you probably get that a lot, right? That they kind of tell you el estilo que tienes, but yours is more like I don't want to say, but if they tell you this, más hombre, like con más, what they call con más huevos.
Well, mira, before we move on, I want to give a shout out to my mom, right? Before we go into this interview. If my mom's watching, she's here. She's from here, but she's in Dallas right now. My sister came down and took her away from me. So she's in Dallas right now. Hopefully you guys are watching. And the rest of my brothers and sisters, saludos a todos. And I also want to give a big shout out to Rosie Allison of Rap Promotions for setting me up here. That lady is extremely good at what she does, and I've been very content thus far with the work that she's been doing and helping me get these interviews and pushing out my music when it comes out. And so I want to give a shout out to her and tell her great job with everything you do.
Awesome.
So what you were mentioning, the Michael Salgado, number one, I think he's probably 3 years older than me, but when I say I grew up listening to him, it's like, o sea, era alguien de principio lo escuchaba mucho porque to me, I thought he was more norteño in the beginning, right? The onda that he was coming out with. Mm-hmm. Being from San Antonio, I'm pretty sure that's kind of what took over the majority of his roots and his musical inclination with a more Tejano vibe, pero yo digo que él es todavía más norteño and Tejano, kind of like my style. Like, I'm not trying to mimic Mr. Salgado, Michael, pero pues yo creo que él es entre norteño y Tejano. No, I personally don't really consider him Tejano, por decir. Aside from living in San Antonio, in my personal opinion. Y algo que sí me han dicho cuando empecé a cantar que people that I don't know, when they see me perform and I go and shake hands, the name that is always usually popping up is that I sound kind of like Mr. Michael Salgado. Obviously, I got my own voice, my style, but I remember telling the people when they tell me, it's like, well, number one, thank you for the compliment. That's a big voice to be compared to. And I want them to make for them to understand I'm not trying to mimic Mr. Salgado or copy him. This is just the way I sound when I sing. But as far as the comparison, to me, I take that as a big compliment. And I still think that it shouldn't be done because ese señor está acá.
Well, the way I see your career taking off, Mr. Domingo, I mean, you're doing a great job. I mean, you've been in a lot of events. You've played in great venues. I mean, what more can you say about that? I mean, you're reaching a lot of obstacles that probably you never thought you could reach up to, and what you're doing is, I mean, it's defining you, and like you said, you have your unique sound, your unique music, and your vocals. I mean, you don't find vocals like yours as strong as yours in the norteño side,
Thank you, man.
Yes. And I mean, right now, I know, I mean, like I said, I see you taking off. I see you so active on a lot of events and stuff like that. So how do you feel like your career has taken off from when you the doors open for you, or when were your first stepping stones?
Okay, so I'm gonna pause that question again real quick, Kelly D, and I'm sorry if it's unprofessional. I just saw Roger Pena on these messages that pop up. Roger
Yes.
is in Bolivia right now, South America, with Los Fugitivos on tour, but he's from here from the Valley, and he's one of the gentlemen, one of the guys with so much talent that I take to the studio, and he's the one that has helped me in some of my songs that you actually heard for the arrangements. So Roger, the fact that you're popping up right now while you're on tour, bro, shout out. I wanna just make sure
Yes.
he gets that. Hopefully he's listening. And obviously you got La Doña Chingona from San Antonio. She's a
A
lady
great
that
person out there. Yes, a great person. Hola, Miss Doña Chingona. I've seen you doing a lot of things también. Saludos. Thank you for hopping on. So, yes, tell us
so
a little bit.
I apologize that I'm saying shout out to these people because the fact that Roger's taking the time in Bolivia when he's in the middle of a tour, to me
Oh,
that
oh, definitely,
Roger,
definitely.
muchas gracias, Roger. The question was that how ya perdí la onda. Me habías preguntado de los obstacles, and from then when I started to now, I think, right?
And where were your stepping shoes where you feel your doors open for you?
So, mira, it's pretty hard to answer the last question you said there, but me from when I started, I think 4 days ago, I saw my little memory pop up on Facebook, and it showed the first day I walked in the studio, and I know that it was 4 or 5 days ago that was my first shout out to Rosie. My first official, my first year de esto as a professional, as meaning as a singer, an artist, profesionalmente. And from what I've accomplished from the beginning to now, it's not me saying it, and it's not out of ego. Ojalá que nadie lo tome así. So many people around me have told me what I've been doing in this 1 year is not unheard of, but the moves and me having performed at Bird Ogden, Border Fest, going, it's amazing. They're blessings. Things always seem to fall in place, and things, bigger things than I expect happen, and I'm just grateful. And I mean, yo creo que I've learned so much because I'm doing everything on my own. When I say everything on my own, of course I have a team right now, but
Yes.
when I started is I've learned the process on my own because I had to figure out how the radio works when you want your song to be pushed out. I had to figure out who I need to talk to for this, how to the point where I think I got probably screwed over just one time that I can say I'm not gonna throw out names. And pues when you're starting off, that money that you're using, you want it to go a long way. Y cuando te friegan because you don't know any better, that's very disappointing and upsetting. So I've learned quick. And
Yes.
right now, gracias a Dios, I feel that I have a good team with
Mhm.
Rosie, with the musicians that are with me now. También, I feel that I'm in a good spot. And talking about musicians, my drummer Joel Garza just chimed in, so I want to give a shout out to him too. He just started with me. The last gig he performed, stellar. He's on point, and hopefully he stays for a good while. I'm excited, Kelly. I'm excited where I'm at, and I don't know if that answered your questions. Maybe
Yes, yes,
I'm just
definitely.
mumbling.
Hey, when we're live and we talk about ourselves and what we're doing, I mean, you just let it out. I'm not here. I always tell my guests, we don't script the program. We don't, practice what we're going to talk about. You talk about yourself, represent yourself the way you want people to, receive you. And I mean, that's what you're doing right now. And, for the people that are on, saludos to everybody that's on. We're getting a lot of new different people. Every time we get somebody new that's doing an interview, we get different people on our station. So saludos to everybody that's on. And I mean, you have a great following. I've seen your following. You
It's
just, like
growing.
I said,
It's
it's
slowly growing.
strong. You're strongly getting there. You're growing. And, you know, I know a lot of people say it's kind of hard right now in the industry or whatever, but you know what? It's hard everywhere. Everywhere you look at, no matter what type of music you're playing,
I
it's,
think
it's,
it's hard, man. But I move. I don't stop. I make contacts. I call. If I need a sometimes it's ridiculous. Sometimes I, not trying to sound irresponsible, I go with this paying certain things because I want to
Mhm.
put it in my dream that I believe I got something, right? I
Yes.
believe I have something, and if I need to sacrifice this I allocate those funds for my career or for a music video for something that needs to be done, I do it. It has to be done, and I'm new, sure, but I feel like I'm gaining a very good experience with what I'm doing. Um,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, no, no. Like I said, Mr. Domingo, I mean, we all go through our own little obstacle, and you're going through yours. Like you said, you've done this, you've done that for yourself. Like I see what a lot of the artists do is they try to kind of put their responsibility for like the promoters or the people that work for them, but they don't really kind of don't do their work. And I see that you, even though you have the people on your site, if you don't hustle harder than they do, your stuff doesn't get accomplished. And I see that's what you're doing, and keep it going. I mean, keep doing what you're doing. I mean, your stuff, like I said, your stuff's getting noticed. You have a great people around you. The fans, I mean, they're receiving you. I mean, great. I mean, what I've seen, they love
for the
what
most
you're doing.
part, you're right. For the most part, the fans and the supporters and followers have been positive. For the most part, I would say 99.9 of anything, comments, anything, have been pretty positive. Well, very positive. And
Yes.
to add with what you're mentioning, Mira, 3 weeks ago, my cousin, who is the accordion player, told me, "Do you know how to check your average monthly listeners on Spotify and this and that?" I said, "No, bro. How do you do that? How do you do
Yeah.
that, primo?" And and then he showed me, he said, "Bro, me said, primo, just think about the bigger picture. The fact that you're just starting. I have, like, for me, I think it's a big number. I'm averaging a monthly Spotify of listeners 4,600 a month, and
Wow.
and what I do is search. Like, I compare myself to someone casi como yo, even people 5, 10 years have done this, and I'm not gonna throw names, but I'm very happy with the number I have compared to what they have.
Yes. Yes. That's
And
great.
again, I owe that to the good team I have. And I know I'm here because of Rosie. That this is we cannot deny that. This is why I have the interview. But I also want to give a big shout out to Latin Hustle Entertainment, GT Digital Distribution out of Houston. They're my distribution team, and distribution. This is how I started learning. Right, they're in charge of distributing everything on all the music digital platforms. That's who I have. Rosie's in charge of pushing my songs to radio stations, online radio stations, and getting me these interviews. So I'm trying to kind of paint the picture of my team. And when Rosie does her work, nomás espero que Rosie me diga, "Oh, I got these." I'm calling radio stations locally here, and I'm doing my job.
Yes.
I'm not gonna tell you the things that I've managed to work out just yesterday for my new single, but I'm super excited because it's unheard of with these radio stations that I've
Wow.
contacted with.
Nice.
I'm expecting big things, and not only that, I finally got my foot in the Houston area, which I think is still the second biggest city in the whole country, to get my new single with Dios Quiere that's coming out May 5th. Are played on 3 big radio stations in Houston. Uh,
Wow. That's good.
the
It's
masses that I'm gonna reach is crazy.
your passion for your music and what you're doing shows who the character you are, Mr. Domingo. I know a lot of these stations, they go through you have to go through here and then here and here. I think the radios honor a musician, an artist that comes personally, like yourself, and actually reach out. I think that gives them more an open leadway to the door, because not a lot of the artists do that. They always wait for their team or something. I think that's a lot of you showing them respect. It te importa. You're really, really, really looking forward to you want this to be successful for you, and
So
that's a lot about you.
at the same time, in the beginning, I saw like a double-edged sword. Like, okay, if I call them direct as the artist, maybe they'll look at me as unprofessional because I don't have a middle team, a manager, a promoter handling that business. And
Hmm.
and if I just wait for my promoter to reach out, how about if the promoter, for example, Rosie, and this is just because she's with me right now, how about if she doesn't know the people that I know or the contacts I might have? Well, I'm going to
Yes.
take the initiative and be proactive and reach out to this demographic that Rosie might not know yet for whatever reason,
And I know Rosie will still come at me with the people she knows and the radio station she knows. And then again, here I got these, and then I already worked a big thing together, right? I'm not just because she's a part of my team. I'm not just gonna wait for her to do all the work when I can still take the initiative. And that's the way I am. If people consider that unprofessional, okay, the promoter should do that. No, I don't care. I'm a go getter, and that's what I'm gonna do.
Yes, yes, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, where you want to take your success. You're going to be the only one to know how far you want to take it and how far you want to get, and you're doing a great job. You know, people are here in this industry, and I started to learn a little bit more of it. Is no matter what you do, there's always going to be a criticism.
Oh,
So
man.
doing what it is the best for yourself and to be successful and keep going. And I mean, you're doing great stuff. I love what I hear. I mean, I know you probably have, like you said, right now you are recording stuff and stuff like that. So do you have anything else coming out besides of the song that you have out right now?
So no, yes. Again, I was mentioning it a little bit. I'm super excited, Kelly, because I have my new single will be out Cinco de Mayo, May 5th, which is next Monday. I'm sure Rosie hasn't sent it to you. She'll send it to you.
Yes.
Again, my guys, los músicos que me ayudaron, I los volví loco en el estudio. I had them there for 6-7 hours because it's a cover song, and the original cover song is Banda, Pura Banda de México, así. And
Yes.
I had a vision. Es que it was one of my favorite songs when it came out 15 years ago, and I would karaoke quite a bit. And I'm like, man,
Okay.
I mean, I like that song, and I know I can sing it pretty good, but I had the idea, la quiero cumbia, la quiero con acordeón y el bajo, and we're going to make it mine. When I do a cover, I want to make it mine. I don't want to mimic them because van a decir, pues, este pelado, he didn't work too hard. He just copied them. No, I try to make any covers I do unique to my style so they know we put that work in. And I think this song is going to be amazing. Se llama La Noche Perfecta. The original singer that I've only heard him sing it is El Chapo de Sinaloa. And Chapo Sinaloa, it's de Sonora or de Sinaloa por allá, ¿verdad? And it's just that hard banda stuff. But
Yeah.
once you hear the beginning of my song, I guarantee you, Kelly, if you don't love it, then you need to clear. Not te creas. No te creas, pero I'm super. I'm hyped about it, man. I've been hyped about all my songs, but for some reason, again, los músicos que me ayudaron, they were like, bro, yeah, when are you gonna release the song? And they've been around music with it, bro. That song's gonna. They're expecting big things from it.
Yeah. Well, Joel said that you guys recorded it with Bad Storm and it
Well,
flooded.
you remember I don't know if you guys saw the news where we had the whole it was that.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I feel bad for Joel. I don't like. He had to drive home in his car, and his car gave out. He lost his car. He ended up.
What?
Joel,
Oh,
I'm glad you didn't put that on my tab, partner.
well, yeah. To everybody that got bad out there in the Valle, they got a bad storm, and
That
man,
was a month
to
ago already.
musicians, I mean, it takes a lot of to the musicians and the families because I mean they go through a lot of stuff, and you're so great. You're so blessed, Mr. Domingo, because not a lot of people can say I have a full staff of a band. And you do. And I did see some of your band members. I don't know if you want to send a shout out to all your band members and let people know who's in your band and stuff like that.
Definitely. So before I do that, when you were mentioning I have a staff like my band, it was very hard to get where we are, and it's very informal with us because I don't have them contractually exclusive to me, right? So
Mhm.
what I do is I hire them when I have a gig come up. I hire them, but what these gentlemen have done themselves to me, and I consider that a big respect. They've pretty much committed themselves. Ya me dijeron, Domingo, we're with you 100%. And that's why I feel that I'm in with the best guys right now because I didn't have to tell them, hey, pues no pueden irse para allá. No. Again, if something shows up and I don't have a gig and then de repente ese mismo día tengo un gig, if they already committed with somebody else, I'm not gonna tell them to ruin their reputation. If you're committed to another band prior to me as an artist needing you for a whatever gig, then I cannot tell them, hey, pues okay, you commit. No, I don't play that game. Let them go do what they have to do. Let them go provide for their families. I've always told them, man, I'm very grateful that they're with me, pero yo nunca los voy a detener. With that being said, I will recognize the guys that have been with me, that I consider are going to probably stick with me for a while. I'm gonna start with my accordion player. He's been with me since day one. He's my cousin actually, Juan Cuevas, and he's the youngest one. He just turned 24. Juan Cuevas,
Okay.
his dad and my dad eran primo hermanos. My dad passed away. I had never met Juan, he being related to me. I think we met twice at Chiquito, but we never convivied or interacted until this musical career of mine that started a year ago. So now we're like pretty tight. Um,
Yes.
that's Juan in the accordion, and el bajo quinto, bajo sexto is Jesus Serna, a very good friend of mine. He does segunda voz también. And electric bass, tengo a Jorge Ramirez. He also does segunda voz, depending on a song. And one thing that I will throw out there, Mr. Jorge Ramirez has an amazing mariachi voice. He's a mariachi.
Yeah.
Um, he's a mariachi singer. He's got amazing vocals. Pero yo le dije, bro, you're still in the back. I'm not putting you in the front. This is me. It's my show. Saludos a Jorge. Saludos. Te aprecio mucho. On the congas,
Yes.
I have Jesus Chuy Vivian, who is my studio producer. He's the one that I've done all my songs with, and he's on the congas. And then on the drums, la batería, the new member that just started with us, Mr. Joel Garza, which already said a couple comments there. And
Yes.
that's my band right there. And then myself, Domingo Elias Tercero. And then I'm gonna go into saying hello to Gigi. Gigi, shout out to Gigi. He's from
Yes.
Houston.
Yes.
You see how I handle everything?
Yeah, the multitasking. So, yeah, that salutes to all your band out there. I mean, como te digo, it's kind of hard. Yeah, like you said, it's kind of hard to get the guys in the group that you have. I mean, if they're all for you, that's amazing. It's kind of hard because a lot of I don't like saying
It's about the business and the money, man. It's the money. It's. I mean, they gotta provide. They gotta provide. So that's why I don't frown upon it. If they go somewhere else, like for example, let's say this weekend, I don't have a gig right now, but if they call me tomorrow, but these guys are already committed to another artist that needed somebody for this weekend prior to me knowing about mine, I'm not gonna call them. Hey, propose. You're with me. You already know the songs. I can't do that. I won't do that. I won't do that because I have. I wasn't raised that way. I wouldn't ask them to do that because even though it means I have to find somebody for them to learn all these songs in in short period of time, because we got to do it.
yes.
Number one, I wouldn't take something that close if I knew I had to find somebody to learn the new songs. Pero you just got to think and be smart when you book también, ¿me entiendes?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And like I said, I mean, salutes to all the band members, to the families, to your family, I mean, to yourself. I mean, it's hard. This business is really hard. I mean, whatever the people that have led the ways, and I mean, what you're putting a name, you're putting a stamp. I'm seeing that you're putting a stamp, and people are recognizing you. I mean, you've been in a lot of amazing shows. I mean, Domingo Live, he gave you the first,
Yeah,
like you said.
that was amazing. I remember that. I'm never gonna forget that, Kelly. D. I'm never gonna forget that.
Yeah, I mean, I hear a lot of artists. Sometimes it's hard to get into a show, and I mean, look at you. You were able to get in the show, and he gave you the blessing. And I mean, all I've seen is put up para arriba. I've never seen you a step behind. You're always a step ahead, and keep doing what you're doing. I mean, you're a great leader. You're a leadership for your team, and I mean, I think that's why they're sticking with you, because it's you don't really find people like that.
And for the most part, I always want to take care of them, and I always try to accommodate them. Believe it or not, I'm not that asshole. Excuse my language. Artist, leader, boss, if you will. I'm not. I want to make sure that we do rehearsals around their time when they're off work, and I always make sure that they can attend. I always make sure that, hey, brother, don't take your vehicles. We're gonna go with this. Like it's. I always want to take care of them first because
Yes.
they're the ones that make me shine.
Yes, and then like I said, I mean, you've been great with these guys, and then I mean, your product and everything you're doing, it shows. It shows how much you're committed, and like I said, I mean, you've been honored on a lot of things. You've been even put on. If I'm not mistaken, I think you were even
¿Qué
been in
pasó?
like a
¿Qué pasó,
different,
Kelly?
sorry, like in magazines. I mean, you've just been out there. Like, you've put yourself out there, and I mean, for the people that not heard about Domingo, go check him out. You're on all the platforms.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
mean, you want to know who he is, and right now you're like, well, pues quién es? Hey, go look him up. You know, I tell this to everybody. You don't know about somebody, look them up. They're all over social media. I know there's so much music out there, but I mean, there's great people out there with great music. It's just we don't give them the opportunity, guys. We don't give them the chances to play or be put out there. I mean, give these people a chance. There's so much music, so many artists out there. It's just the opportunities. They need the opportunities.
Yes, ma'am.
So, yeah, you know, Domingo, like, do you have any gigs coming up?
So as of right now, the most important thing that's coming up for us is the seventh annual All Star Music Awards in San Antonio, which I've been nominated for three categories. As,
Yes.
so any of your listeners, viewers, followers, wherever you are, go to my page, Facebook page, Domingo Elias Tercero, like that name says right there, and
Yes.
um, you can look at the just you'll see my post and you'll see the link. Please go in there and vote for me. Three categories: the uprising male artist, songwriter of the year, and crossover with one of my songs, Nada es Igual. Three categories. I would like to hopefully win one, and if I don't win, believe it or not, just being nominated to me it's like I've won already. And it's people say, well, this guy might just he just knows the right things to say. I really feel that way. Just the fact that I'm nominated feels amazing. Um,
Hmm.
when I got into this music, it was done a lot for mental therapeutic to help me cope with things. And the more I've done it, the I appreciate everything that comes with it. It's a plus. It's a bonus. I don't do it
Yeah.
for recognition like the awards. Now I'm human. I'm not gonna say it doesn't excite me. It doesn't make me happy. But to me, that's just a bonus. It's a plus that's coming with it, and I'm just thankful.
Yes. And like I said, I mean, just the nomination itself, I mean, it is great. I know a lot of people that are on right now are promoters. A lot of the promoters I have on here are, you know, also on there. A lot of the other podcasters that I have on here are also nominated. So guys, go nominate them. If you have, you know, it's open to the public. You just have to purchase your I don't know if it's free or you have to purchase a ticket to go to the event. You guys can make yourself out there. Go out there to the All Star Awards out there. I mean, it's a great event. I haven't had the privilege to be there, but I've heard about the event. So yeah, just go support all these artists that are out there. So Domingo, I know you play norteño ranchera music. You put yourself under those categories, or do you put yourself into regional, mexicana, and tejano? Right?
So yes, I can literally, I think, sing the genres. I mean, I grew up with all of the above that you mentioned, and I feel comfortable with all of the above. That's why I feel that I can take a song like La Noche Perfecta, que es banda, and I
Okay.
can sing it pretty. I won't say easily because nothing's just going to be easy, but I can
Yeah.
make it my own in a style where maybe somebody that's not so acute to listening to banda que a lo mejor, pues eso no me trae. I can listen to Tejano and probably do one of their songs. Because I grew up with Tejano, Ranchera, uh, Vicente Fernandez, Los Cardenales, Los Cadetes, Lalo Mora, and then you got David Lee Garza, Emilio Navaira, you got, uh, La Mafia, all these big Tejano, what you call Tejano bands, Selena
Yes.
growing up, so I have a mixture of it. And my music alone, I recently I've been saying that I don't even like to label it or put it under a genre, man. It's like when I go to the studio, I don't go with the mindset que pues chingado, que it better come out Tejano sound. It better come
Yes.
out Norteño sound. No, for me, it better come out to the sound that my ears are gonna like, me personally. And if it comes out sounding more Norteño than Tejano or more Tejano than Norteño, so be it. I don't go with the mindset of telling my guys, we need to make it sound Tejano. No, I don't want that. It's
Mhm.
whew, whatever
At
I'm
the
able to produce and as long as the sound is all there and it's good, I let it sound however it sounds for the people.
yes, and like I said, I mean, like like I said, I read a little bit about you and stuff like that, just to get to know a little bit about you besides what I see on social media. And seeing that, I was like, wow, you know, like the mixture of just having norteño, ranchera, tejano. There's so much ways you can go with that
Yes,
style,
yes.
and you're using it. You're really using it for your advantage, and it's great. I mean, you're making great stuff out there, and I paid attention to some of your music, and the I mean, it's hard to find musicians like that can work all the genres of music, because a lot of musicos stick to their style,
They just
and
want to stick in one way. You're right, Kelly. I don't.
you do it differently, and like I mean I'm enjoying you as an artist now, of what you're doing and what you've done, and keep going. People that are on there that are like, well, he must play an instrument. So do you play an instrument?
So no, Mira. I'm gonna tell you something about the accordion. So I've always wrote music. So I'm a composer and a singer.
Okay.
A year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, I went to this music institute here locally. It's called Crescendo Music Institute. And shout out to Crescendo and director Mr. Loy Garza. What I did is I walked in one day and I just told him, man, I said, look, I'm a veteran. I have PTSD. I'm not trying to bring the all the sad stuff. I said, I'm struggling with this and this and this. I just need to keep my mind busy right now. I would like to learn an instrument. And I went, and the instrument that I've always loved was the accordion, right? And this was like 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. I remember talking to him, and he says, "Okay, look, I don't do many adults. Most of our classes are for kids. I think at that time he only had one other adult." And he says, "Look, I'm gonna help you because I want to help you también with all these things that you got going on. But if you're gonna come to class, I need you sober and ready to learn." And so that if I had a class Monday, vamos a decir, I wouldn't drink Friday because normally I would drink Friday, Saturday, and sometimes I wouldn't. You know, that's how
Yeah.
bad it was because of what I was going through. So I learned the accordion up to an extent where I learned the songs that I write or that I wrote.
Hmm.
When I say I learned it, is I memorized it. I never, when I went to him, I said, "Look, I'm paying you. I want to learn how to play my songs, but I don't want to like. I said, I want to get to it. I don't want to learn the notes. I don't want to know the right way yet. I said, let's get these songs out of the way, and then we'll go back, yeah, después, and start from the bottom up." So once I got into this hole with the band and everything, I saw that okay, my job is to sing. So when I go there, I put the accordion on the corner and I go for vocal lessons because that's what I do. I sing. So I got to work on what I'm using day in, day out with the band. My cousin's the accordion player. I have the accordion here, and I can play maybe my 3, 4 songs that I released first. And pero I can only play them like aquí en Carnitas Asadas. I can never play on a stage. No, hombre. Even at the recording studio, no, we'll never get out of the recording studio, man. But I'll be pressing the wrong buttons. And one thing, Kelly, I don't like to lie. I'm never gonna say I know something when I don't. Uh,
Hmm.
I did a music video, the first one, de mi dad, the Nada Igual, the one I wrote. I'm there with the accordion. I couldn't find an accordion player to do it, but I knew the buds because yo saqué la tonada de primero para esa canción. Y la canción de mi güerita también. My producer and director said, pues, let's put you in the accordion again, man. You look good on it, and you know the tonada. And obviously, when you do music videos, you're using the actual playback recording of the actual recording. So, yeah, I don't want people to misinterpret. I cannot say that I do play an instrument. I can't.
They're asking, play one song.
Oh, who's asking that? No, hombre, si no me pongas en eso,
It's our other DJ that's on. He's with us.
maybe they're asking you to play one of my songs, not for me to play a song. Go play.
But no, yeah, we will play your music after we get off. Pero Mr. Domingo, I mean, I know you could say a lot of stories about how you done your music and how you do your, who Domingo Elias 030 is. I mean, we could probably be here for hours and just talk about what you've done and how you get your stuff done. Pero to the listeners that are on right now, guys, I mean, these artists do music for you, and sometimes these artists just do it for themselves. I know, Mr. Domingo, salute to what you've done and everything. And I know a lot of people find outlets to do to cope with whatever they do that they're coping with. But what you're doing and what you're putting out there, it's not just for yourself. You're helping somebody else and whatever they're going through to connect to who your music is and help them cope with whatever they're going through. Because music is to the soul. It's music to you to prospect on and being who better and not go through a rough patch. And to me, a lot of the music I can relate to. I mean, there's so much music out there that we always try to say, man, that song spoke to me. I heard the feeling in the music. Like what you put out there, like the songs that you put out there, the connection you have and how you represent that song with feeling. Let's just put it that way. You deal with the feeling of what you're going through or what you felt like you were going through, and when you wrote the song, that's why people are connecting with you. And to the people that do connect with you, hey, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Look at him. He's a great example. He put himself out there. He's doing great things. Don't be afraid. Music really is music to our soul. It's music to soothe us and the way we feel and how to represent ourselves. Sometimes if you don't know how to talk to somebody, just tell them, listen to that. That's what I'm going through. And that's how you can speak to them. You'll speak through music, and that's what you're doing. You're speaking through your music. And
very well, very well said.
Yeah, so
when you mentioned that, when I go to my YouTube channel, because I have by the way, a YouTube channel, guys, Domingo Elias Tercero, that's how you find all my social media. But on my YouTube channel, on my first couple music videos, the one I did for my dad, the song I wrote, Now That You Want, when he passed away, I went back to messages or the comments they would leave. And I had a comment from somebody from Canada, and it's like crazy how they like, it was crazy but they were saying that the song touched them a lot because they had just lost their dad. And that song in particular has a lot of connection with so many people because I get messages about that one. And that one and the Soldado Lisiado one, bringing up the suicide and all that. Usually when we perform that live, that's usually the two songs that we get the strongest applause. Y son las más despacias, ¿me entiendes? Son las más emocional, son las más to the heart, Those are the ones that people seem to feel really in here because, I mean, like you said, those two songs, en verdad me dejo, like I sing them from the heart.
Yes. So the song, is it Mi Güerita?
Mi Güerita.
So is that for somebody particular or?
Why'd you have to go there? Look, man.
Or it's just a song that you had written and you just end up taking it out again and just, played it or what?
Mira, that song was for somebody. I'm going to just say this. I'm going through a separation and divorce right now. So now it's just for all the güeritas out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No problem.
It is what it is. But it was for somebody. I just chingao, Kelly. Why'd you have to go there?
Hey, you say you're open to, like, I had no idea about that.
It is what it is. It's been a while now, and we're just kind of finalizing what needs to be finalized. And so that song is for the güeritas out there. It's just
Yes, it's a great song. I mean, like I said, it's a great song. We do have that one, and then plus we have the one Ayer la vi por la calle. That one too. You want to give us a little bit about that one?
So Ayer la vi por la calle, and I don't know if you have that Nunca Te Olvidaré también. Those are my two covers. The Nunca Te Olvidaré was the first cover I ever did. That's an Enrique Iglesias song, all right? Enrique Iglesias. We did it totally different, my style. And then Ayer la vi por la calle, which is my most recent and current single, is another cover song that a lot of bands in Mexico have done their own. Usually they kind of keep the same thing. We did it more. I think like when somebody wants to say Tejano, I think that song in particular sounds more the conjunto Tejano because the accordion, the way it's going, right? I really, that's the one I would say sounds more on the Tejano sound. The recent one, Ayer la vi por la calle. And at first, my cousin, the accordion player, not that he doesn't like Tejano, but he's more into the norteño. So when the song Well, he was trying to play like I could see he was turned off by it because he's like el sonido de eso. Y luego, the more he was playing, the more he was like, hey, primo, está buena la canción, está buena los, like it grew on him. Now he enjoys playing it.
Yeah, he grew on that. So
It.
yeah, we'll play that here in a little bit, guys, so he can know and relate to what he's saying. Um, like I said, Mr. Domingo, I know you have all these musics, and I know people will say, "Ah, pues that's puro cover." Hey, I've seen
Well,
well-known bands do covers, so I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
so look, listen, I'm gonna tell you a reason why I'm doing covers right now. All right, I have a reason for it. My first four songs were all originals. My first four songs. Nada es igual. Yo prefiero vivir solo. Mi güerita, soldado lisiado. And then I went into the covers. I'm not gonna bring up the name of the record label, but they called me. I went to all the way 2.5 hours, and we had a 3-hour meeting. One of the things that was really important that stood out to me was, if we were to sign you, we are more about originals. So I don't want to use my originals right now because I don't want to. Not that I'm going to run out. I got all of mine and I got a lot of my dad's, but I don't want to use my originals in case God decides to bless me and I get signed with somebody, because I know for the most part record labels, they don't frown upon covers. They're okay with it. But if you're gonna do, let's say, a 10 or 12 track album, they are gonna want 90% of it to be covers. So I'm really saving my covers right now. But I've already put a timeline. If I don't hear anything in the next 60 days, I don't think it 2-3 months. I've been waiting now for a while. So I'll start going back to my covers, because I just recently wrote 2 good songs. My songs are more about hurt and pain. When I write, like, nada es igual, yo prefiero vivir, like, it talks about either experiences or like hard pain. And I have 2 good songs that I wrote, one through the separation and then one through mental illnesses or anguish from. And those 2 songs I wrote them for being awake for 2 days, and I just get a little, and the sound that is going to come out of those songs, I guarantee you people are going to connect to those 2 songs to me. And
yeah.
I need to get those done. I have a niche, but I'm going to hold on to them because I feel they're really good.
Yeah. So right now you were talking about that your dad. Was he a musician as well?
Mi dad era composer, compositor de música. I've done this before, so I'm going to show you what I have here in my office. Excuse me real quick. Oh, let me show you something so people can see. And this is just not even half of everything my dad left. All this here are songs my dad wrote.
Wow.
All this, and I still haven't gone through. I got 2 more bins I gotta go through and storage, and these are some of his CDs here that he. Actually, that's my dad right there. If y'all can see him. I'm sorry. Let me see. You can see with the glare.
There it is.
Compositor de los corridos del pueblo. My dad would write the songs, and he would take his friends that were músicos in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s to record his songs. Excuse me real quick. And that's where I got the writing from. I'm assuming he's my dad, and de ahí es donde me creció lo que es la composición de canciones. So I've learned that, and I got that from my dad. Yo estaba joven y chavo, so at that time I'm not realizing that it's ingraining in me, right? Because you're a kid, you're not really you're loving. I love my dad. I would enjoy when he would write and his songs coming to life. But the chavo, pues I was listening to rappy, reggaeton, and so I didn't know that subconsciously, por decir, se me estaba quedando todo y creciendo, and that's something. Ya de grande, that's what I go to. That's my music, man. And
wow, he left you a lot of memories. Let's just put that in his legacy. His legacy is right there.
You wrote me a corrido. I won't go into too many details. But it's like we got ambushed in Iraq in 2005, where I lost some friends, and once I was able to call home, like 3 weeks later, I called home, and then I explained to him. Once I said hi to my mom and everybody, then I talked to my dad. That was usually the routine, and I described to him the whole event. Like I told him what happened. So then, fast forward another month when I called because I would usually call 3 weeks or every 30 days when I was in Iraq or Afghanistan. Fast forward another month later when I called to the house, I'm saying hello, do my highs y todo right to on the phone, and yeah, when we're saying our byes before I hang up, they say, "Hey, no cuelgues, escucha esto," and he hits the radio, the CD, and he had written me a corrido of the events of what happened when we got ambushed, and it's that
Wow.
song is something he left for me, and it's a song that I've mentioned this in other interviews. Mr. Mario Marichalar de los Bravados, who was the primera voz de Ramon Ayala for 28 years, he's
Mhm.
gonna he lives here in Hidalgo, which is not too far from me. And we communicate quite a bit, and he's gonna be recording that song. So in other words, one of the artists that I looked up to growing up my whole life, Mario Marichalar, will be recording the corrido my dad wrote for me. I mean, what else can somebody want, man? That's amazing.
Yeah, that's good. So right now I see Mr. Lalo sending you
Lilo,
saludos.
Lilo,
Lilo, saludos. Sorry, it's really, really small. I couldn't see it. So
saludos, Lilo.
thank you for logging in. I mean, you have great people just mandándote saludos. Thank you for your service.
Lilo's
You
a
know,
radio DJ. He plays my music. Um, awesome guy. I make an effort to go to Cabina in person. So I drive to Victoria, de aquel lado de Corpus, to go sit down. I'll leave at 8 in the morning and I'm getting home at 8 at night. And I'll hit radio
so
stations.
what's the furthest you gone that they've contracted you and say, hey, sabes que te oímos aquí en el radio, queremos que toques aquí en este lugar. Have you gotten that opportunity yet?
I have not sealed the deal on any of those, but I've been getting. I was with a promoter for 2 hours. He wants to fly me and the band to North Carolina. Uh, North
Nice.
Carolina is pretty far, and
Yes.
he's talking about a date somewhere in July. Again, the furthest really right now, people are gonna laugh, is San Antonio, where I performed at the.
Hey, it's the capital of everything of music.
Exactly. So, but I'm saying as far as distance from the valley to how far I've gone, I have also people in general have messaged me constantly about weddings, quinceañeras, anniversaries, all the way to New Mexico, Florida, and I think Dallas was the last one. And I've sent them the information they needed. I'm just waiting for them to confirm. And then, we'll see. The most ones that I've already performed at with the band has been in San Antonio. But
Okay.
back to San Antonio. I know earlier we were talking about the awards. I didn't mention that. I just mentioned my nominations, but we will be actually performing the whole band at the awards, and we're excited because you're gonna have big names there. Like I think Oscar from La Mafia will be there, Mr. Ruben Ramos, Stephanie Montiel, the family, the Johnny Canales, and
Yeah.
now I think the record label Freddie Records might be there as well. So I mean, the fact that we're going to perform in front of these people, it's amazing. It's an honor, and we're excited, and we're going to give them one heck of a show. You'll see.
Yes, yes. Mr. Domingo, I know they're asking this, and you being a part of, of course, the military family. Would you ever perform if they asked you to go out there for them?
Oh, damn right. I mean, I'm all about help my brethren in uniform. If they have this thing called the ya se me olvidó, where they send artists through the
Yes,
military to like bases, el USO tour.
yes,
Called the
yes,
USO tour. So man, it would be an honor if they were to reach out and have me go somewhere with my band, of course, to perform. And trust me, we'll go wherever conflict is because some artists, big names, go where there's war sometimes to perform, and that would be my way of thanking them for what they're doing.
yes. I think I have a friend that was in the Marines, and I
Hoorah,
think,
so was I. I was a Marine.
yeah, I think J Lo went up there when he was there.
Uh,
And yeah, like well known, like really well known, even country artists like
country
Harry
artists. Yeah,
Underwood. I mean, Kenny Chesney. I mean, great, great people that really do, give back to the military service. And I
yeah.
mean, imagine you going out there to do that. Nombre, that would be great. I mean, you know, it's all about brotherhood, right? Like how you said, and to give that to let them know, hey, you're not alone. I understand you. So
Yeah.
that's that'll be great if you could ever do that. And
Well,
to
I mean,
everybody out there, if that asked that, you guys, there you go. You wanted to know? Yes, he would.
that's
Hey, anybody want to contact him? Let him know. Reach out to Mr. Domingo. To the promote the I saw several promoters around here that do festivals. I know y'all's festival's not up yet, but make sure you keep Domingo on your mind.
so
Go check
like
out his
Kelly
music.
D, there's promoters right there that do the festivals at certain cities. Guys, just give Domingo Elias Tercero an opportunity. You guys will not be disappointed. And I'm not trying to sound cocky. We work really hard at what we do, and we put a lot of effort in our rehearsals to give you guys an amazing show. So reach out to me direct via my Facebook page, Domingo Elias Tercero. You can comment, message. I respond to every comment if I can. Like literally, when I'm like going to bed, I try to show the respect to people that take the time to comment and
Yes.
respond to them. I might not give them a 3 sentence or paragraph, but as long as they know that I myself was the one that responded or replied, I hope that means something to each and every
Yeah,
one.
it's great for the artist to kind of show the interaction with the fans because that makes them feel special, and what you're doing, that's a big plus on your side, because a lot of people, they have like those people that do it for them, or it's like computer that automatically just sends a message,
Yeah,
or they'll tell you, thank you for reaching out, whatever. But it's great to have the artists actually reach out to some of the fans that even, I always said I'm a fan before I'm a DJ personnel or whatever, and to have certain artists that have like sometimes comment on my thing, I'm like, they comment on my, like, how do they know about me, right? Like I always say, well, how do they know, right? But now that I'm in the game, how they say it, right? Pero I mean, what you're doing, that, I mean, all respects to you. That's great that you do that. And I know there's other artists that do that. You guys gain a lot more respect like that. A lot of you get more of the fans to connect with you and keep your music and let people know that that's what it takes. Guys. I mean, a small gesture goes a long ways, guys. It really, really does. Even a hello or like a like on their I mean, that really goes a long way. And I try to do that to certain people that do comment, and you guys, it's that we don't look at yourself as we're just so busy that we forget to go back. Because I know you're a really busy guy too, Mr. Domingo. And
yeah, but and sometimes I do miss somebody's comment here and there. So I apologize, but I literally try to hit every single person that I can.
yes, and like I said, I want to say thank you to Ms. Rosie. I mean, thank you so much for this interview. I had seen you being very active on social media. I'm like, man, this guy, we got to get him in. And I'm so grateful and grateful that she did do that. To everybody that's on there, saludos, guys. Domingo Elias 30, go check him out. Go look at his social platforms. Go download his music. You see him in your area, you see him performing somewhere where you live, go support him. This is what makes these artists to keep producing and keep putting out music, for us DJs or radio personnel people to keep putting them out there. It all works some way or somehow. The fans, you keep them, supportive, they'll keep doing stuff. The more the artists come up with music, the more we're able to play it. So, we all help out each other somehow in some way. So, Mr. Domingo, is there any last things you want to say besides what you put out there? I know you finishing up an album anytime soon?
So yeah, so number one, guys, keep a lookout for my single La Noche Perfecta, drops Cinco de Mayo, May 5th, Monday. I am working this Friday. We'll be shooting the music video for that song. So I'm gonna push my team to hopefully have it ready to release the same day. If it's not possible, I'm gonna hold off to release it that Friday, which will be not Monday, that Friday. Si no se puede. Why Friday?
Yes.
Because a lot of times, algorithms, it works best when people do certain things on Fridays when they're having barbecues with la familia.
Yes, definitely.
Uh, what else would I got coming on? Wait, please don't forget to vote at the 7th annual All Star Music Awards. Go to my Facebook page, look at the link, and vote for me. Y luego, things that I have coming up was your question, right? Kelly D, se me va la mente. Estoy,
I'm trying to look at the comments that they're making sure I'm not.
so what I got? Oh yeah, as far as the album, mira, I have two more songs, covers, and an original that I'm gonna release together, and I'm gonna add all the singles that I released and accumulate them together and do an album release. I'm gonna do. My goal is to do a 10-track album release, and I don't think they call it like. I think somebody corrected me by terminology.
Like
Techni-
EPs?
Technically, yeah. By technicality, if it's like less than 12, it's an EP. If it's 12 or more, it's an LP, long play. So again, let me fix that. I'm gonna release an EP release of 10 songs. My goal was to do it the first week of June because my birthday is June 2nd. I wanted to do it that Friday, celebrate my birthday, EP release, todo eso. Pero I think I'm gonna end up pushing it for like around July 4th or something like the next month, just so I
Okay.
can work. I need to go to a studio and record one more song so I can make the whole 10, and then I'm gonna accumulate all of them and release the EP release.
Awesome, awesome.
And
So you have it there, guys. He's giving you all the details on what is up with him, what he's doing, where you can find him. If you guys need to reach out to him, you can send him a message or reach out to Ms. Rosie. Is there anybody else in your team that they can reach out besides yourself and Rosie?
well, for bookings, they can call me direct. Not call me, but they can message me direct, and then depending on how it goes, then we can start talking. And they can also reach out. This gentleman called Michael Mendiola. He's my booking agent. Pero si quieren hablar conmigo directo, you got the option to do so as well. Mike Mendiola. His number is usually the ones that pops out on my post.
Okay.
Espérame, let me look at real quick so I can give it to you guys. I have it right here. 580. It's 580 3000. 956 580 588. I'm sorry, 956 588 3000. Mike Mendiola, if you want to reach out to him, or you can reach out to me direct on the messages on the messenger there. También quinceañeras, weddings, anniversaries, anything like that. Go ahead and reach out. We have a good amount of songs and covers that you guys will definitely enjoy. Again, thank you for having me. I'm excited to do this music video for this single. I'm excited for the single to drop May 5th. Y pues I'm more excited for the opportunities of these radio stations that I reached out to that agreed to. They like the song and they're gonna, starting with the Houston area to, nationally, Sirius XM Aguila. So if you don't follow Sirius XM, I know it sounds like Sirius Tejano.
Yes.
If you don't have a satellite radio and you don't know who Sirius XM Aguila is nationwide. They're the number one for norteño, tejano, ranchero, mariachi. All the genres of Latino music es regional así, to include tejano. Mr. Israel Salazar reached out to me, and he will be playing with.
Told you about that platform. I haven't heard about that one, but it's good to know people are on
satellite radio when you have satellite on your cars, and then you can zero commercials y eso. Y my guys don't know yet. I might surprise them, but we might be going to DC. That's all I'm gonna say for that.
DC.
Yeah, DC, because they have a Sirius XM Aguila's got a studio in New York and DC and Miami, and the one I said if we do go will be the one in DC. So, and that's very around the corner. So I need to talk to these guys in person, my guys.
Well, ya les dijiste, so if they're paying attention, you guys make sure.
Les dije nomás un poco, pero
all the details coming soon. Yes. So again, guys, thank you for everybody that's on. Mr. Domingo, keep doing what you're doing. We're always here for you. I know everybody says, "Oh, pues as long as they do Tejano music, guys, anything that has to do with Tejano, Norteño, Cononto, we're here. This is what we play. We play country as well. But what he's doing, he's doing a great job. Go support him. Go vote for these artists on that platform of the All Stars. To everybody that's out there, congratulations on your nominations. I know Ms. Norma and Ms. Gigi are also on there. And I think Ms. Doña Chingona is also on there, if I'm not mistaken. So you guys go find Ms. Rosie. I think Ms. Rosie's on there too. And again, Mr. Thank you for being here. Ms. Rosie, thank you so much. To your team, keep doing what you guys are doing. Keep pushing this young man to do and keep putting music out there. It's people like you that keep striving to keep giving music, beautiful music, and just putting all themselves in the music. And we're always here. Doors are always open. We love what you're doing. Like I said, you're always welcome back whenever you have new music. And our doors are always open. We never shut doors to nobody, guys. So
Play my new
yes,
single, Kelly.
yes, yes. So right now we're gonna play. When he gets off, we're gonna play Ayer, de la vida. Ayer, la vida por la calle. La vi por la calle.
There you go.
Chinga.
Oye, before you move, se me olvidó mencionar algo. Tomorrow, I'll be in San Benito. San Benito is the place, the birthplace of conjunto music. I never knew that. So San Benito has a museum there. It's called a Texas Music Hall of Fame and Museum in San Benito. And inside that place, they have what they have like an online radio. They have conjunto radio.
Wow.
I will be tomorrow in San Benito with Mr. Rudy Trevino at 10 in the morning. I'll be hosting with him his show, and I'll be getting interviewed at the same time. So I'm super excited. And man, if anybody ever makes it to San Benito, you should stop there. You see all the history. They have accordions. The más antes hasta ahorita, the way they would distribute music. They got como dice, performance attires de Ramon Ayala, Los Tigres del Norte, like original stuff. All these things.
Wow.
It's interesting culture de lo que es música norteña, conjunto y tejano. It's all there. Albums of Freddie Records, todo. It's all there that you can think of. So if you ever go to San Benito, go visit these guys, and I'll be there tomorrow. And I'm excited to be there on their station.
Awesome. I need to look into that too. I mean, like I said, you guys, I always say I'm just a radio person that loves to play music. Some of these things that keep coming up to me, they're new to me. I mean, I've been around music, but not as well. Some of these people, again, y'all, to our Via people, to RGV, all the people out there, go check out Mr. Domingo out there at San Benito. He's going to be out there. Mr. Rudy Trevino, I mean, great guy. Tejano Gold, Mr. Tejano Gold himself. So, I wish you all the best.
Sorry, Kelly D. There's Rudy. It's not Mr. Trevino from Domingo Live. They have the same exact name. So sorry, I just want to make that correction because, yeah.
Oh, it's not him. Okay.
But he's the one that runs the radio station there on the Conjunto Radio on the museum. Okay. He just happens to have the same exact names. I apologize for that.
No. I thought he was that guy, but thank you for correcting me.
That's on my part because I should have been more clear on that.
Yeah, so like I said, go check out Monquera. Go out there to San Benito, to our Valle people that are listening. Go check him out. Go support him. Like I said, if you see him, I'm pretty sure he's a humble guy. You want a picture, autograph, whatever, he's there. He's welcoming to the fans. Again, Mr. Domingo, thank you so much. We're going to let them listen to Ayer la vi por la calle so they can listen a little bit about what you do. If you want to listen to more of his music, go to YouTube, go to his YouTube channel, go check out his social platforms, Spotify, all the wherever you can find the music, go download it.
TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, ¿qué otro? YouTube channel, just like the name, Domingo Elias Tercero. And just add me, guys, and pues yeah, you'll keep up with all the news y todo lo que hago.
Yes. Again, thank you so much, Mr. Domingo. You guys, we'll catch you here on Thursday. We're going to have La Reina here in the studio again. Mr. Domingo, thank you. Rosie, thank you so much. We'll catch you guys on Thursday. We'll see you.
Thank you, guys. Que tengan buenas noches. No.
Ayer la vi por la calle, vieras que feo se siente. Después que fui su marido y me cambió de repente, me dijo que por ser pobre y por ser gente corriente, pensó que el destino un día cambiara mi suerte. ayer vino por mi casa que le tendiera la mano. Claro que voy a ayudarte porque no soy hombre malo. Después que cure su herida, luego me vas al diablo. Ayer la vi por la calle, andaba toda golpeada, traía sus ojos morados, tenía su boquita hinchada. Sentí ganas de abrazarla y entre mi pecho mimarla. Mejor me di media vuelta, tal vez podría perdonarla.
Thank you guys. We'll see you Thursday. Hasta la próxima.